Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2017 Mountain West Football Championship game. My name is Darryl Seibel with the Mountain West Conference. It's our pleasure to welcome all of you here today and this weekend. Very, very happy you're here with us. For our first media availability today, we have from Boise State to my immediate left, head coach Brian Harsin. Coach Harsin is in his fourth season at his alma mater. He played quarterback here not that long ago.
Seems like it now. Yeah, a lot longer than seemed like a few years back.
He's won 40 games in his 4 seasons here at Boise State and led the Broncos to a bowl game in each of those 4 years. To his left, the starting quarterback for Boise, Brett Rippon, passed for more than 2,200 yards this season, 14 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions, second team All-Mountain West. And to his left, Leighton Vander Esch, a junior linebacker for Boise State, the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year. We'll have our representatives from Boise State with us for about 20 minutes. And to get us started, Coach Harsin, talk a bit about your preparation this week and how that's gone, if you would, please.
Yeah, well, first of all, Darryl, thank you. And the Mountain West, we're excited to be back in this game. And I thought our guys coming back and having a week of preparation, one, we're all excited, and we're looking forward to this competition again. But most importantly, going back and just going through our process of getting ourselves ready, physically, mentally ready. And I think the energy, the urgency, the enthusiasm throughout the week has been there where it needs to be. And certainly as we get close to the game, you start to put your final touches on things. And but I think these guys throughout the season, they've done things the right way. They've obviously put themselves in this position to be in this game, which was the goal at the start. And that's continued throughout the week. So excited about where we are. I think these guys are looking forward to finishing up our preparation tonight and getting to the game tomorrow. And we're excited that we're playing here. We're playing in front of our fans and having a chance to come back here and play on the blue field and give these guys one more shot and an opportunity to play here. So we're excited.
Coach, thanks. Brett, you're in the middle of a particularly good stretch. You've had 5 consecutive games throwing for more than 250 yards. During that stretch, 12 touchdowns, just 1 interception. What's been the key to your consistency over that stretch?
I think it's just been our offensive production as a whole. I think our offensive line, first and foremost, has been doing a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage. And, that's opened up holes in the run game, which obviously when you are running the ball effectively, they're going to stack more guys in the box, which opens up more opportunities in the pass game. And I think our receivers, have grown a lot this year. We've had some new guys at some new positions, and they've done a great job making plays.
Leighton, earlier this week you were named Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year. What did that honor mean for you, for the defensive unit as a whole? What does that mean?
I think it just speaks wonders about our group as a whole, because it's not just one individual that's getting things done. I gotta give credit to all the coaches, the teammates, for doing their job to open it up to let me make plays. And it's a great honor, and I couldn't be more thankful for it.
Very good. Happy now to take questions. If you would, please wait for the microphone. We're streaming this live. And if I could ask you to identify who you are and the news outlet that you represent, please. Questions now for the players or Coach Harsin. Right over here, please.
BJ Rains with the Idaho Press Tribune. Coach, we were talking to DeAndre Pierce earlier this week, and he knew exactly the date of the Cactus Bowl from last year, December 27th, and said since that day, this has been the game that your team wanted to play in, has been working towards. Just to have it here and see all the signage out there and be at the press conference and stuff, and obviously still have a big one tomorrow, but to be in this position when you think back to the last 10 months, just your thoughts on that, I guess.
Well, yeah, that is the ultimate goal. When you go back and last season ends and you're on to the next, you start to try to figure out how do we put ourselves in a position to be in that championship game. That is the ultimate goal. And I don't mean that as coaches, I mean that as everybody in our program. And, it all started when we came back in January, and the guys started going back to work, and it started in the weight room. And it started in morning runs in the spring, and then in spring practice and through the summer. And, there's so much work that goes into a season, and then having an opportunity, hopefully at the end of it, if you've done the work right and you've been consistent and guys have followed a process that has been successful, you're going to have a chance to do that. And I just think this. I think one, I'm very proud of our coaches. because they took that information, they learned from it, and they helped apply it. And I thought they did a really good job of that. And most importantly, I think our players. I think, we've done some things well. I think we have a process, but I think, and we have talent on this team, but I think leadership and I think the mindset to come out there and work every single day is the key ingredient and the reason why we're in this position. And so, really excited just for our guys because I know how hard they've worked to be in this game. And things haven't been perfect. We never expected it to be that way. We've learned along the way, and I think there's been some maturity on this football team to learn from some of those disappointments, apply what you've learned, and go out there and make it better each and every week. And that's been the goal. How do we get better from game to game? So really, as far as the players go and the coaches, I'm very proud. And like Leighton said, I mean, it's really about this team and being a part of it, and just everybody's doing their job, and they've done that. And so, now we got to go out there and find a way to finish. And we got a big task ahead of us with Fresno State. We know what type of team they are. We know how talented they are. We know what type of staff they have. We have a lot of respect for them, but at the same time, we also know what we're capable of doing when we go out there and we play together and we play our very best football, which is the goal. So, yeah, it's been a long time coming, but that's why, I think the excitement of football is what it is you spend all that time and for opportunities to play and to be practicing this week. And that's what these guys have earned, that opportunity.
Coach, thanks. Next question, please.
J-Test, KTBB. Brett, I was listening to a soundbite from you back in August, and you said that you'd do whatever it would take to help this team win a Mountain West title this year. And obviously your role is kind of varied this year, maybe compared to years past. So in terms of your personal growth and development, what's your biggest takeaway from this season? And then how good does it feel to be in this situation?
My biggest take, I think, from this season would be, just to trust the process and, really focus on the day-to-day, activities that we do as a team and, the workouts, everything from working out, rehab and practice. If you really just focus on those things and make sure that you're getting yourself better every single day, things are going to work out for you and for the team. And I think as a team, we've done a great job of that this year. We know we've gone through some ups and downs, like Coach said. And, at the end of the day, we've just tried to get better every single day and get better every single week. And, hopefully we can play our best game at home tomorrow night on the Blue.
Brett, thanks. Right here.
Dave Southern, Idaho Statesman. Leighton, last week you guys didn't even have class or anything like that, and I know, Harson kind of mentioned a little bit how that was a bit of a difference in kind of the schedule and stuff like that. How has this week been different, whether it's the effort or even just getting kind of into the regular routine again a little bit? How has this week been different?
I don't necessarily think it's been different. I think it's just focusing back up from last week. I mean, moving on, focusing on our goal now, taking one day at a time. And even in practice, just relaxing, taking things one play at a time, doing your best during that play, and then moving on to the next one, what you can do better that play. So, I mean, just cleaning things up, learning from your mistakes, focusing, being disciplined.
Next question, please.
Coach, I know you don't know Fresno State's situation and all that, but we kind of asked you last week. But to go from 1 win to 9 win and the turnaround that they've done, I mean, they're 1 win away from the NCAA record, I think, for improvement in a season. What, just from afar, I mean, how hard is that to see that quick of a turnaround that quickly?
Well, I don't know how hard it is. It's certainly impressive. And here's the thing that I do know about Fresno State. I know that they've always had very good athletes. I know that they have a tradition at Fresno State. We played them for a long time. I don't know the reasons why, they had issues in the previous years and all that. But, sometimes you come in there and they've obviously got Coach Tedford has done a great job. He's led that team. The staff that he has led that team. There's got to be leaders on that team that have also picked up the slack and decided that we want to be better than we were. And so I think sometimes, it's really that simple. And I don't think that, they've got guys that played for them last year. And so it's not like they weren't talented. They just started to come together. And, it's been impressive, the way they've worked. And they've done things in their program to put them in that position. So, that's something that I think the combination of all of it coming together has obviously proven itself, and they put themselves in a position to be in this game as well. So the one thing about, anybody you're going to play against in a championship game, they're good. And they've done something along the way, and there's respect from that standpoint. So I don't know the entire formula, but I do know their coaches. I do know some of the philosophies, and certainly over time, but watching these guys, you get a chance to get to know some of their players as well. And these guys they're competitive and they play hard. So what an opportunity for us to go out there and compete against a team like that.
Coach, thanks.
Jay Tusk, KTVB. Leighton, you had some pretty good linebackers ahead of you when you first got here. And what has it been like this season to step into their shoes and try to lead this defense and then accomplish what you have? And I saw the other day Tanner Vallejo, tweeted at you, congratulations, and maybe just to see those guys kind of acknowledge, a kid that was pretty young and in full development mode when they were here.
Well, I think we've always had a pretty good tradition of having a good group of linebackers come through here, and I know when I first came in, knowing how much I had to develop and having those role models like Tanner, Tigre, Blake, Ben. Ben helped me a lot last year, and I mean, it's just seeing the way they handled things and how they went about things, and learn from it and applying it. Because I mean, you're going to be in those shoes one day, and you got to be able to step up and fill them.
Great. Next question, please.
Southern from the Statesman again. Brett, you sit next to Leighton. Leighton got Defensive Player of the Year. What has impressed you about him on the other side of you, being a captain? What he's brought to the table, and this is the first time in a decade that a Boise State player has been the first, the Defensive Player of the Year in a conference.
Well, I think I said it before the year that he's the best player on our team, and so he went out there this year and he proved that to everybody. And that's obviously had some high expectations coming into the year. And, he's done an unbelievable job. He's a great leader. He's out there every practice that day getting better. Obviously his physical tools, just speak for themselves. But the fact that, playing linebacker is a tough position. You got to go out there every single week. You're taking on blocks from guys probably 40, 50 pounds heavier than you. And, you got a lot to, manage out there with the defense. You're setting the fronts and everything like that. So, I can't say enough about him.
Brett, thanks. We have time for 2 or 3 more. Go right ahead.
Sure. Tommy Tran, ABC Fresno. This is for Brett and Coach Harsin. The rare and maybe even unique opportunity of playing a team back-to-back in 2 weeks. What adjustments, if any, especially in offense, have you guys addressed and expect tomorrow night against the defense, I think, that held you to the lowest point total this year?
Go ahead, Brett.
Brett, you want to?
Yeah. Really it's, I think a lot of it, we were focusing on us, and that's kind of been, our mantra this year is how can we get better? And, it's obviously a unique situation playing a team back-to-back. You can study and, do as much as you can with the film, but, there's probably going to be some adjustments there for them, their scheme, and for us as well. So, really it's going to just depend on, who executes better tomorrow. I think they made more plays than we did in the last game, and, obviously we want to change that from our side.
Coach, anything?
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly right. They played well, and offensive football, doing this for a while, there's a lot of things you look back at too, and you said we could have, should have, all those things. You look at that. That's really why you focus on what you're capable of doing, and we know what we're capable of doing, and we need to go out there, and it's about consistency and execution, and when you come up short, whether it's yourself or what they're doing. You pay attention to that. So that being fresh and having, like you asked about the back-to-back games, people asked that the prior week, like, what's it going to be like? Well, we didn't know until we played it. Now you've learned some things. And through the week, I think when guys come back and you're in your Sunday meeting and you know that your opponent's going to be the same, there's some guys and they're going, okay, and maybe some things stand out a little bit more. Because you think you still have 3 days to prepare for a team, and now you're going to play that team again. So you're able to dig in and watch some more film than maybe you were able to prior to that. So, there's some learning stuff in there, and I think the guys have done that. I think they've applied it, and, I think it showed up this week in practice.
Next question, please.
This one's for you, Coach. You're in such a unique scenario, coaching at the school in your hometown, and just curious, it's a opportunity for you to bring a Mountain West title not only to Boise State but to your hometown. And so I'm just curious, does that mean a little bit more to you, or is there a little extra meaning in there?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely there is. I mean, it's not just where I'm from, but also the school that, when I was a player and have been an assistant coach here, but even going back to a player, I mean, one of the things during that time, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I know we went through 4 head coaches, and there was a lot of things that happened, but I think those are the reasons why, you learn things over time and you apply it. It has to do with people you were around in this program. So, I feel in debt to Boise State, for the opportunities I've had here as a student athlete, for the people that I got a chance to be associated with as a coach, and the men I've worked with. I feel very fortunate for that. And just what this program has done, if you want to talk personally, for myself, I couldn't ask for a better opportunity. So, yeah, there's no question. This team, they've worked extremely hard, but I think this game, and however you want to put it, it's personal anyway. To do all that work and to spend all that time and to go out there and play 36 hours of football, it's personal. And if it's not, there's something wrong with you, in my opinion. So, absolutely, I'm excited for our team. I'm excited for this program. I'm excited for our fans. And looking forward to going out there and having a chance and an opportunity to win the game and to absolutely do that. So, yeah, it means a lot, and we're excited about it. But at the same time, we still got to go out there and play 4 quarters and all the things we talk about, like these guys have been saying. But, yeah, there's no question. That fire burns hot, and it's exciting to be a part of this.
Go ahead.
Brett, for you, I mean, last time Boise State was in this game, you were, just a couple weeks away from joining the team, in January. Just what do you remember about watching that and wanting to be a part of that? And I know the last 2 years you've talked a lot about it's something you haven't done, and now to be here in this situation where you can experience that same feeling and obviously hopefully help Boise State win a conference title. What's this opportunity mean for you?
It means a lot. I can actually remember right where I was watching that game in 2014, and just being really excited. Obviously watching as a fan back then, but the excitement to join the team, and obviously the past couple of years haven't gone the way we wanted, and we haven't had an opportunity to play in this game. But we're here now, and you just want to seize that opportunity and make the most of it. So it's an exciting opportunity for us, and I'm thankful that we get to play it on our home turf.